Remember, this show is PG-13, so you might hear a naughty word or two.
Worlds, no teams, only countries. Today is part one of our Jakarta World Championships preview. Everything you need to know about the first South Asian Worlds ever. We'll draft our top all-arounders today. We'll go subdivision by subdivision, so you'll know exactly what to watch. Today is October 6th, 2025. We're going to talk about women's. And welcome to the number one gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Jessica, and here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation. Our live coverage from Jakarta starts on October 17th with 8 podcasts live.
Not all of them are on October 17th.
Yeah.
That will be the first. We're not going to do 8 podcasts in a row. Even we are not that, we don't hate ourselves that much.
Yes, that's the correct way to say it.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay. Tell me all the facts about this.
Jakarta. The World Championships are in Jakarta, Indonesia. First time that Worlds has been held in Southeast Asia, the 7th time in Asia overall. They'll be at the Indonesia Arena, which is easy to remember because we're in Indonesia. The equipment is Taishan. Jessica, do you have any if you're perhaps listening and you're like, why do I care what the equipment is? Do you have like a real rundown on why that's significant or if it is?
Like the beam is better than Gymnova? That's no rounded corners and it's the correct width? That's the basics. Okay, the format.
Yes, format. Maximum federations can send a maximum of 4 women, 6 men. Do you want to do sexism rant now, or should we save it for later? I'm ready. I know it's going to come. Ready. So, okay, yes. You can't send as many women as you can send men to this world.
If you're a visual listener, I have some charts and figures to show you. So the men obviously have 6 events, 7 if you add in all around, like the women have 5, you add all around, there's no team here. So everyone is paid the same for their medals. There is a medal amount. If you win a gold medal on an apparatus, $17,000 for both. The problem with that is that because men have 2 more events, there is more money overall allocated to men. Upwards of $10,000 more allocated to men overall in the prize money. Mm-hmm. And so if we want to make this more fair, we need to increase the amount of the women's individual medals so that they are equal to what the men get overall. And some might say, so there needs to be like about 36% more for the women's medals each to equal what the men have. And some might say, but the men have more events. Yeah, I don't care. They're still doing the same amount of work. They're still showing up and doing this. And also not every man does all 6 events. So don't give me that there should be more money for them. So I'm just saying, let's just pay the women more per medal. That's how we make this equal. There is also the Fujitsu Infinity Award, which is basically the federations that do the best. And they give an equal amount to men's and women's. It's allocated to the gymnasts, but they're like, you're Japan. You won a lot of stuff here. Here's money for your athletes. And it's both 10,000. And it's Swiss francs, in case you're wondering. Okay, we may now continue talking about the rest.
Yeah, so the maximum is 3 gymnasts may go on any single apparatus. So even though countries can send 4 women and 6 men, any single apparatus, only 3 people, 3 members of your squad, your team, but there are no teams, can go on each event. Starting in qualification. Qualification goes over 3 days. So October 19th is men's, October 20th is men's in the mornings, women in the afternoon, evening, and then October 21st is the rest of women's. Then the all-around finals. October 22nd is the men's all-around final. October 23rd is the women's event finals. Then October 24th is day 1 of event finals. October 25th is day 2 of event finals. And that's the end of Worlds. Of course, those are the days in Jakarta time. Your mileage may vary depending on your time zone. But that's where those are the days at the meet, on the field of play. Those are the days. And as Jessica mentioned, we're going to do 8 podcasts from Worlds. Jessica will be at Worlds starting on October 17th with the first day of women's podium training, where we'll see Kaylia Nemour, who is in one of the early subdivisions. So she'll be podium training on day 1 of podium training.
And if you want to watch this, I did ask Blythe and Ollie what they're doing. So they're on the international feed, like we talked about before. So it looks like Eurovision Sport. So eurovisionsport.com. They have the rights to the world feed, and they have said that they're broadcasting. It looks like they're going to be broadcasting the just the medal rounds. So if there's a way that you can watch the podium training, we will tell you as soon as we find out.
Not podium training, qualification.
Qualification. You can never watch podium training. That's why I will be there to tell you everything. But qualification, yeah. But eurovisionsport.com, and you can sign up for a notification on their website if you want to be notified immediately. Yeah, and we'll also post our podcast schedule. All right, let's talk about it. It's an individual world. It's my favorite.
Yes. So why is this world different from all other worlds?
Well, Spencer, I'm so glad you asked. There's no team competition.
Yeah.
The year after the Olympics, a lot of people are like, yeah, we can't get the whole team together because people are broken and they need breaks. Or they're just like, I need a break to make money so I can support myself after my Olympic success.
You might just need to do Dancing with the Stars.
Right, exactly.
Important priorities.
Which Jordan has improved so much from the first day. Like, she's on now. Like, it's happening. So this is called the Jessica Worlds for a reason, because it is my favorite. And I have
notably, famously, among the two of us, which equals famously, we call this the Jessica Worlds.
Yes.
Do you want to explain why?
I have two illustrative stories for you.
Ooh, I love an illustrative story.
Yeah. The first, we will start with the story of Deng Yalan of China. So she is 26 years old. We have been watching her compete at Chinese nationals for 12 years. Her specialty is vault. She has 10 vault medals at domestic national championships. Spencer, she just made her very first world team after all these years of competing and being excellent on vault. And I swear her vault's way better now. Did you see her test event, which was also not done for the Chinese team, also not done onto a hard surface. They also landed kind of on a pit resi on mats, but oh my God, they were huge. So she just made her first world team. She's never made a team before because she didn't fit into the stupid team score puzzle, which, but I'm so glad that she's here now. Okay, so it's like the reason that I love this is it's just because your strengths don't gel with what the group needs. It doesn't mean you're not worthy. It doesn't mean you're not one of the best in the world. And she absolutely is. So yeah, 12 years after her debut as a senior at Chinese nationals, she's going to the worlds for first time because of her individual specialty. Yes. She is why we do this. She is why we love this. Deng Yalan. The reason. Okay, secondly,
I'm ready.
Our favorite all-time story.
Yeah. Okay. So I know where we're going here.
Yeah. We're going back to 2017 Montreal and the story of Misha Koudinov, who is incredible and has her skill named after him, of New Zealand, and he still does gymnastics, by the way.
He will be at Worlds.
So he wanted to get a skill named after him. The full twisting front tuck over the high bar. Think a pagan, but you really have a death wish. That is what he wanted to do. So he missed it. He got up and he tried again. He missed it again. He got up and he tried again. The crowd is going crazy at this point. There's like, oh my God, he's got to do it. He's got to do it. He's got to do it. He got up that time and he caught it, and the entire crowd lost it. Biggest cheers of the entire meet. Kohei was there. Manrique was there. He got the biggest cheers. It was insane. So he scored a 9.465. 9.465 total, you guys. That was his whole score, not just his E score. Okay. He finished 120th place on high bar. But he'll be in the code of points forever, and he's a legend forever and the inventor of one of the most difficult skills that exists. If he had to worry about, oh my God, what if I got a 9.46? What's that going to mean for the team? He wouldn't have kept trying, and we wouldn't have this incredible moment. Like, this is the thing I remember from that World Championships. It's my favorite part of the entire meet. This is why this is the best World Championships, because you won't see people take these risks when they have to hold back for the team. And it's why it's so, so, so exciting. I rest my case. Before we get to the next part, I'm going to give you some updates. So remember, we have 8 live podcasts coming up. I will be in Jakarta with Deanna Hong, with Fact Checker. We will all be there bringing you tons of videos, tons of interviews, and also the live podcast where you can log in, join us live, ask us questions live. If you want to, that's for Club Gym Nerd members. And we do an extended version of the podcast for Club Gym Nerd members. If you're not able to join right now, we have, Spencer, a scholarship. Tell the people about the scholarship.
Rhonda and her dad have donated 10 annual memberships. We are going to match every sponsorship. So if you would, like access to Club Gym Nerd content, but don't feel like you can actually pay for it right now, all you need to do is fill out the form. No string attached. You don't have to tell us why. You don't have to explain anything. You don't have to prove it. You just have to say that's the position you're in right now, and we will award the memberships in the order they are received, and they'll be good for 1 year, and we'll keep the information private, so we're not going to say, like, that's how it sounds. And also, so Angie, Jennifer B., Rick from Chicago, and E. Ramsey have also sponsored scholarships.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. And it's like so heartwarming reading these messages and why you guys have decided to sponsor scholarships so that other people who can't afford it right now can be Club Gym Nerd members. And if you guys want to do that too, you can email editor@gymcastic.com and you can also donate a membership. I also wanted to say we have a raffle where you can win a commission episode. So it's an hour and a half on anything you want us to talk about, as long as it's tangentially, and I mean tangential, like a string of a hair on a mouse's butt, tangentially gymnastics related, and we will a whisker, a mouse whisker. Okay,
thank you. That's better.
So the raffle ends on October 7th at midnight of the Pacific times. So all the links for this are in the show notes. So you can win a commission episode if you buy a raffle ticket. You can apply for a scholarship for a Club Gym Nerd membership if you can't afford one right now. And you can join us for all the live podcasts from Jakarta, which I absolutely love to do. Find out everything you need at gymcastic.com.
I'm going to go. You did a very good job fulfilling the Jessica role of feelings. So I need to temper it by fulfilling the Spencer role of numbers. So at current count, I was looking at the roster. Current count, we have 186 women on the roster, which, by the way, is huge for an individual Worlds. And we've been talking a lot in the preamble leading up to it about how frustrated we are about a lot of countries not sending the full number of athletes that they could, or certain athletes being like, yeah, this isn't the priority. I will say, Canada gets a reprieve. I was mad at Canada for a while because they only put 2 women on the nominative roster, but they announced their Worlds team. They are sending the maximum number of women, and Ellie Black and Shalyn Olsen have been added to the group. So, Canada, you're free. You're free from scorn. For right now, I reserve the right to retain scorn for anything else in perpetuity. For this right now, Canada gets a reprieve. But so right now we have 186 women. That beats by a lot the 114 women who are in Kitakyushu. Now that was the COVID Worlds, post-Olympics. The Olympics had been the same year. It was a lot of weird stuff was
2
happening.
months after the Olympics.
Yeah, you wouldn't have expected that. But it also beats 152 women competed in Montreal in 2017 for the individual Worlds. 140 women competed in 2013 in Antwerp for the individual Worlds. So 186 is a huge number, and that's really exciting. The biggest upward change is from Asia. 25% of the roster is Asian. And by that, I mean you compete for an Asian continental championships for an Asian country, not that you're necessarily ethnically Asian, compared to 15% from Asia at Montreal 2017. The biggest downward changes from Europe, 49% of this year's roster so far at time of recording is European compared to 58% in Montreal. Pan America's down, Africa's up, Oceania's constant. Do you think this is just the convenience of Worlds being in Asia, which I think is the obvious explanation? Like, yeah, it's not as much travel. So yeah, you're going to have a lot more Asian countries sending full teams or sending athletes. Or do you think there's a wider trend going on?
I mean, on the one hand, I think it's like more affordable. This World is more affordable in general because of where it's held. Usually it's so expensive to go to Worlds if it's in Japan or Europe. But I think that's part of it. But I also think it's like supporting, this being, if you want more of these held, people have to show up in your side of the planet. Then, yeah, you want to go. But I also think it's because of the smart way of using this Worlds, because it's just smart to go to all the World Championships you can, because you never know what's going to happen. Speaking of that, like, my one thing about this is, like, some federations, like the Italians, have said, like, this is the gaining experience Worlds, so they're not sending Alice D'Amato,
yeah,
and Esposito, which is heart-wrenching, but 52% of the women's field is at their very first World Championships. And you might think, like, oh yeah, because gymnastics, it's such a young sport. But if you've been listening to this show for 13 years, you know that's not true. And the trend has not been that way for a very, very, very long time. 20 gymnasts slated to make their World's debut at over 20 years old, 20 or older at this Worlds.
Yeah.
The average age of the current roster is 20.2 years old. Gymnastics, not a child sport. 8 members of the 30-plus club will be competing here, including, give us the list.
Okay, we've got Ellie Black, Georgia Rose Brown, Tiana Corinth, Marta Piancoleja, Pranati Nayak, Macarena Pinto, and Francesca Santi, the Chilean veterans, and Tiasa Kishilev of Slovenia.
Yeah, which I love. And there's 10 more members of the 25-plus club. So gymnastics is for grown-ass women.
We also have 20 members of the Five Timers Club, 5 or more World Championships. You're in the Five Timers Club. Marta Piancoleja wins, obviously, because this will be her 13th World Championship. Ellie Black's going to be on 9 now. Tiasha Kislev's going to be on 8. Joining the Five Timers Club this year, slated to, are Do Hyun and Lee Yun So of South Korea, Laurette Charpy of France, Pranati Nayak of India, Caitlin Rosecrans of South Africa, Macarena Pinto of Chile, Angelina Melnikova of Independent/Russia, Dominika Ponizilova of Czechia, and Celeste Mordenti of Luxembourg are all going to go to Worlds for the 5th time.
Mordenti with her new dismount that just got in the code, which is only a C, which is a step down. I mean, the step down part doesn't matter, but I just appreciate it. It's the step down double full tucked dismount, which she does so well. And I can't believe that was never in the code before. It must have been one of those things that was taken out. We'll have to do going deep into your lab to research this. Yeah. 11 two-time Olympians on the roster.
Yeah, 2 or more. So Sugihara Aiko, Lee Yun So, Lee Hiraz, Ting Hua Tian, Marta Piancoleja, Flavia Saraiva, Caitlin Rosecrans, Angelina Melnikova, Alba Petisco, Ellie Black, and Shalyn Olsen. Ellie Black has been to 4. Shalyn and Flavia Saraiva have been to 3. But a lot of veterans, a lot of Olympians are coming to this Worlds, which is sometimes rare because it's like the year off for Olympians if they've been going and going and going. We have 13 World or Olympic medalists on the roster. That's Kaylia Nemour, Sky Blakely, Jocelyn Robertson, Leanne Wong, Asia D'Amato, Laurette Charpy, Morgana Sisek, Flavia Saraiva, Julia Suarez, Angelina Melnikova, Jo Yachin, Ellie Black, and Shalyn Olsen. Sadly, Jessica's very upset because our host country Olympian and faved Rifta Irfana Lutfi is not going to be there.
Having sacrificed her ACL surgery so she could compete at the Paris Olympics without a knee and do a bar routine knee-free in Paris. But she became an Olympian.
Olympics.
Yep, Olympics. That's
deal.
What you do. All right. The all-around preview. Next week, we'll be doing the event finals, the best part. But let's start with the...
We're saving your favorite for last. It's normal.
Even though I think the all-around is boring, I would just like to state that it is...
boring is big words. I mean, usually you're like, I prioritize, I love the events, but now it's boring.
I mean, it's like exciting. All gymnastics is exciting to watch. I love it, but I don't find it as exciting as the event finals. But it is way harder to repeat as a world all-around champion. So both for women's and in men's, it's only like 30% of apparatus winners since 1980 have repeated as a world champion on events.
That actually is more than I would have thought.
I thought too. I was like, that's like a huge. But then you think about the people that mess it up, like Simone and Horkina and Reese and Max Whitlock, like those Epka, all those outliers that are like, I'm gonna just win this over and over and over. Yeah. But yeah, that's
they ruin it by being good. Stop it.
They ruin my list of wanting to say it's the hardest statistically to do. But to repeat multiple times, I think so. But yeah. So, where shall we begin?
So with the all around, it's a wide open year. I think everyone would agree for the women's all around. You don't have your Simone or Simone's not here. Well, it's Andrade. It's an opportunity. It's open. Just 7 of the 24 are returning from the Olympic all around final so far in our list. So it's very believable that a totally unexpected person, Dulcie Kahlers, at Worlds and wins the all around medals in the all around win. It was not expected, overperforms their previous results and medals in the all around final, which is really fun and really exciting. So, but to kind of get a handle on it and wrap our minds around the all around field, we're going to do a draft. So Jessica and I are each going to draft our lead group. So that's the 6 gymnasts who are the top qualifiers to the all-around final get to rotate in Olympic order. They start on vault. They go vault, bars, beam, floor. They're usually the ones that the broadcast also focuses on because they're like, okay, so we don't have to keep track of all 4 events. The leaders are here. So we're each going to draft a lead group. We're going to rotate picks for our 6 that we are picking to be in the lead group for the all-around final. We can't repeat people, so we'll have a total of 12 gymnasts selected between the 2 of them. And then once we have our groups, we're going to go into talk medals, maybe advocate for the people we ended up picking. We'll see. Or not, because we got stuck with someone we didn't want. Who knows how it will go? The fun of a draft.
I want to go back to this. I'm arguing with people I'm already arguing in my head about anyone that's like, yeah, the men have more events, so they should get paid more in the medals.
Oh, you're still back on this?
Yes. Okay. I just want to go back, revisit again.
Okay. Yeah,
women have to do a whole other event on 2 apparatus, which is dance. That's a whole other thing that men don't have to do at all. And don't give me this, they're adding dance in their little transitions. Okay. Like, if they're doing it right, they are. If they're like the Cubans and you have to take ballet, yes, then that counts. But in general, men don't have to be scored on that at all. It's not part of their actual scores until very recently. Well, again, but I would just like to say nonsense because of the dance, if you're doing it correctly.
I mean, you could also say the women have to deal with a whole other event of people on social media criticizing their leotards and hair.
Exactly.
The emotional toll of that is like basically another event.
Exactly. So, anyway, we're done with that. All right, drafting.
Right, so can we do a draft now?
Yes, I'm ready. Don't like my list.
Enough of this. I want to do a draft. Okay, so do you want to pick first? I will charitably allow the fragile female who deserves less money to go first.
It is obviously Kaylia Nemour.
Okay.
Olympic bar champion.
I should keep track of what our picks are.
Yeah, 5th.
that would be a good idea to do. Okay.
5th all around at the Olympics. That is who I am picking because of her huge advantage in winning all around, because she could basically fall off bar just 1.5 times and still have an all around score advantage. So that's my first pick.
I'm ready. Okay. Nemour's off the table. I'm going to go with Melnikova, who there's some risk in that pick just because on any given day, you could pick any of the Russians, all the individual Russians, the independent Russians to go in the all around. But I do, and that's why one of the good things about we're going to follow podium training when Jessica is there in person, because I'm very interested. I'm always interested to see this group do podium training because there's always something going on. It's always fascinating, but I want to see who is being prioritized on which event. How do they look? Are our scores from earlier in the year holding up, or are people doing different events? So that'll be very fun to see in person for you. Then you'll tell me. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Melnikova's experience and medal count. 11 career medals will mean she does the all around, and then she will, be up there. I think because she has the 4 event scoring potential. So I'm feeling good about that pick. I'm ready. I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Go. Okay. My next pick. Let me go back. I'm gonna pick. Okay. Zhang Qingyang.
Okay.
Because of beam greatness.
Sure.
Because her beam could be so massively gigantic and huge, and also, I mean, I feel like she has. All right, it's like a Nemour level advantage on beam.
I mean, she can get a gigantic score. Yes.
Right, because of her gigantic scores. Also because I'm obsessed with her beam, and because she's still doing that, like 3 sideways jumps into her back dive sideways on beam, which,
Yeah.
you know, that one time she almost broke her ribs on it. And they were like, do we give credit if you break your ribs? So 56 all around at Chinese nationals. And remember, even though there's been a 57, it was a domestics 57. And we don't know if that's going to happen anymore for Anna Kalmikova of AIN Russia. So we're like, a 56 is probably going to be a really good score, and she's capable of that. So that's why I am drafting Zhang.
Got it. All right. Well, I feel like I need to go give one to the Americans. I need Leanne Wong on my team. I'm going to pick Leanne Wong. Did get a 56-1 at nationals. Has the chung. Has a world medal in the all-around before. I'm picking my two world medals. I'm basically picking a repeat of 2021. So yeah,
yes, you have everybody that was on the podium.
I mean, very realistic that it's just like the same podium, except it's Melnikova and then Leanne Wong, and then instead of Kayla DiCello, you have Kaylia Nemour, and it's just the same. Very possible.
Okay, my next pick. I am gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Ellie Black.
Ooh,
but I might pick more Canadians. But Ellie Black for now.
I might want you. You don't get to just that doesn't just one pick just because they're Canadians. Like you would have to spend 2 picks on Canadians. Which is fine.
I want Fontaine and Gabrielle too,
and
like,
Ellie.
I want all 3 of them. But I'm not.
Famously, we have a 2 per country rule in the all around.
But who am I going to go with now? Because I'm like, all right, Ellie is a known quantity. She has silver medalist in the all around before. She has all the skills. You know, she's going to show up and be ready. She knows how to work the artistry and the D score panels. So I depend on her and her super strong legs, and she's going to deliver some exciting choreography too. So for hittingness and veteranness, Ellie Black.
Okay. Ooh, okay, this is getting hard. Okay. I'm going to take Giulia Perotti of Italy.
Okay.
I feel like...
Damn it!
I feel like she's going to be the breakout star of this Worlds. I don't know if the scores from Italian championships are necessarily representative because they were really going to town, but I also think she's really, really good. I think she can score very well on... Look, beam is her thing, but I think she could almost score equally well on bars and floor on a given day. So she doesn't really have the vault scores, but maybe you don't need them this year. Like Nemour might only be doing the Yurchenko full. So yeah, I'm going to go with Perotti.
All right. I think she will be the breakout star of this. I agree with that. Okay, my next one, going with Italians, Fioravanti.
Ooh, okay.
Because for her, like, in general, like, she is her springiness, durability, her double front on floor, like, she's so clean, and I am not worried anything's gonna happen to her Worlds. I'm like, will she have a short landing? No. Have you seen her tumbling? She's clean, and she has the D, and she's fun to watch. And, you know, mostly this is my who do I like to watch team for art purposes. So Fioravanti.
Okay, but see, the problem with that is that you're leaving me with too many people. I was hoping you would take more of my top choices because I don't have Fioravanti doing the all-around in qualification. I have Perotti and Asia doing the all-around in qualification. So you're not narrowing it down for me.
Which could be. I mean...
Okay. I'm going to take Rushchina.
Oh, damn.
All-around individual Russian. I think she's going to be my other all-arounder. This means I'm ignoring Kalmikova, who is the world leader in the all-around. But I think if she does it, she's right up there for potentially a medal. I think she's really strong. She is, to me, the most well-rounded of the new Russian individuals that are here, like with Kalmikova and Vasilyeva, and the ones we don't know as well because they haven't competed outside of Russia.
And she has a handspring front on beam, so...
I think she's the most, like, even across the 4 events of the new ones, so I think she will do well.
And also Cleopatra eye makeup. Thank you very much.
The most important thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my next one, I'm going to take Alba Petisco because of art and tumbling and commitment And she's also the 2025 European Championships all-around silver medalist and 2-time Olympian. And I don't think she gets enough attention. She's so freaking good. And when you want to see, like, what do we mean by commit to the bit when we're talking about doing floor routines, do the most, this is what we're talking about. And she does it really, really well. So that's my Spaniard.
Okay. So we all know how Jessica is not so much of a morning person, especially at World Championships, like the upcoming World Championships. Also, there's never anything open and there's no food anywhere. And sometimes there are crankiness. So thankfully, we have fuel. Thankfully.
I opened that very loudly.
Thankfully.
We have fuel from Huel.
Thankfully, we have Huel coming to the rescue, spelled Huel. Their Black Edition powder is a complete meal, so you feel full, focused, and ready for your day.
So less than $3 per meal for the Black Edition powder, 40 grams of plant-based protein, 27 essential vitamins and minerals, no added sugar, gluten-free, tastes great. They have flavors like salted caramel and chocolate, and we are taking 2 giant bags of it with us to Jakarta because we have to keep ourselves ready to record, especially at night when everything is closed, and we have to run back to the hotel, drink one of these, which is totally filling, and I don't have to have anything else after, and I feel really good. And now they have the Huel Daily Greens.
The Super Greens drink in a can. It's called the Huel Daily Greens Ready to Drink. So this is not a powder or a pill. This is daily greens, no mixing, quick and convenient, and it's sparkling, and I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When it was sparkling, I was like, oh, this is exciting. I am drinking the apple cucumber mint, which I really like. The flavors come in blueberry, apple, peach. They're actually really good. 42 vitamins and minerals and superfoods. It's only 25 calories. 4 grams of fiber. Fiber, very important when you travel. So maybe I won't have to bring a whole cucumber with me. And why does Scott always make fun of me? It's just a cucumber. Well, I don't have time to cut it up on there. But anyway, these are only 1 gram of sugar made by dietitians. It's exactly what I need when all the days of podium training, we are desperately trying to find nutrients. So thank you to Huel for making the daily greens and making it sparkling.
With the Black Edition powder and the Super Greens drink in a can, together Huel makes eating healthy simple. Try both today with 15% off your purchase for new customers with our exclusive code GymCastic at huel.com/GymCastic. Use our code and fill out the post-checkout survey to help support the show.
Yes, fill out the survey. Thanks, Huel.
I need to pick Sugihara for my team because I think she's going to score very well. Asian Championship this year, 10 years after the first time she did it. So that's always fun. My thing is, I think Kishirina is not getting enough attention in the all around.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also feeding into that because I didn't pick her. But I feel like she was 11th in the all around final at the Olympics. She made the floor final. She is a top 10 all arounder in terms of scores this year. I think she's going to do really well. But I was waffling between the two, but I'm picking Sugihara because I think she's gonna nail it on the day. But it really could go either way.
I had her on my list just for, she's a great gymnast, but also just for the jean shorts Leo unitard that she wore at.
Yes, that's was very important to you.
I mean, just for style points. Okay, so now this is my last pick. So I'm like, do I do Kalnikova because she is the world leader?
Is the world leader, and we haven't
picked
picked
Russian
her?
scoring.
Yeah,
but also no one had a good meet at Russian Championships. Everyone had misses, but especially she had misses. So, but she did domestic scoring get a 57.365. But I'm I don't know. Then I'm Leah Monica Fontaine from Canada. I love her. And she can dance and she can move, and she got 5 medals at Pan Ams. So I'm but then there's Asia D'Amato. I'm what am I doing if I don't put her on my team?
Yeah, what do we do if we don't pick Asia? Yeah.
God.
It's too hard. It's impossible. And I love this game. We also haven't picked Dulcie. And I feel don't ignore Dulcie.
I know that's a bad move because
we learned that lesson.
Yeah. E-score hacking.
I want to so wait, who did you pick for your 6th pick?
I can't decide. I'm gonna go with D'Amato.
Okay.
Even though Leah Monica Fontaine, I'm like, oh, maybe she's the one. Anyway, for purposes of...
Well, we know that you're going to claim that you picked her as your Canadian, as your catch-all Canadian anyway. And then when she wins like all-around bronze this year, you're going to be like, I picked her. I told you. So we all know that's going to happen.
She was first on my list until Ellie came back, and then I was like, oh, shit.
I think I want to go with Ruby Evans for my last spot. I like Ruby Evans.
Yeah.
And if she brings that Amanar, that's like bonus points both in your score and just for me, like cool point credit.
Yeah.
I really like watching her floor. I like her on all the events. I'm not convinced she's going to hit, but I really hope she does and makes the lead group for the all-around final. So I'm going to go with Ruby Evans.
Okay. So no,
I'm happy. I think we both made excellent picks.
Yeah, I think we did too. No one we did pick Schoenmeyer.
No one picked Schoenmeyer. No one picked Dulcie.
Or Ruby Pass, Australia.
Ruby Pass. I do like Ruby Pass and her
really
double Arabians.
Mm-hmm.
Or Visser is always there. She's always like, oh, I finished 6th.
Yeah, she's like, remember me?
Remember me?
She brings all the involvement of the body parts in all of her routines, as all the Dutch do. They believe they actually have to do dance, which is a whole separate event and rotation in practice.
So I feel like we're ignoring Dulcie, and I think she's going to do better than we've given her credit for in not picking her. I didn't pick Joss Robertson because I don't think she's going to do the all around.
Me either.
I don't think they're going to have her.
Maybe 3
we
events.
Didn't pick Melnikova, even though she's the world leader, so we can sound like idiots. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, I think we're basing that on the most recent meet, where
we're making that on the most recent because I would have Rushchina and Melnikova in the all around from this past weekend.
So we can watch practice. So we will definitely be going to watch practice and see who's looking like, if it's looking, like it's not going great. And then we'll watch podium training as well. So let's talk about medals.
Okay. I want to talk about the U.S. because the U.S. women have won an all-around medal every year since 2001. It would be a huge deal if they did not get an all-around medal. Are they actually going to, or is this going to be a breaking of a multi-decade streak this year?
I think it's going to be harder to win a medal here than they have in the past. But it's like, Leanne Wong gets it done when she has to. And I think
she did it the other time she was an individual at Worlds in an all-around final and got a silver.
Right. And I think this is a good group around her that's really positive, and I think this will help her get where she needs to at this Worlds. Like, she thrives in this situation. I mean, yeah, I feel like maybe in Antwerp she didn't have enough classes or enough houses.
I also feel like, I don't know, obviously this is just projecting, but I'm like, the way NCAAs ended is probably a huge motivator. Because it was not Leanne's meet. It was not good for Florida. It was not what they wanted.
And she was so close to winning that medal in Kitakyushu, too, and all around. So, and by that I mean the gold, which is the medal.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Like, she is pissed. She is someone that likes to win. So, okay. All right. So, what about the world leaders? Like, what do we think? Are they irrelevant now?
We didn't pick Melnikova.
Yeah.
And she's number 1. Number 2 is Alicia D'Amato. She's not going. Number 3 is Hesley Rivera. She's not going. So I kind of feel like we're definitely in a what's past is irrelevant situation with Worlds. And I kind of feel like we can throw out the rest of the year's scores because between crazy domestic scoring all over the place, it's not country specific, certainly, and people being hurt or not going, it's kind of all just a mess. So I'm fine ignoring it. Because Rushchina won Russian Nationals Day 1 and Melnikova won Day 2.
Right. And even though, it was messy, and that's the thing, we don't know about the AINs from Russia because they are, they haven't had international meets except for Melnikova, really. So we'll see how they hold up when it's international pressure. But
then we have Nemour, who I think is in a lot of people's picks and would be on my podium as well.
She's 100% on the podium.
I'm not saying 100% on the
Well,
podium.
I am.
Okay. My question is, does she actually need the Yurchenko double full? Because she was 5th at the Olympics behind Simone and Andrade and Suni and Alicia D'Amato. None of them are at Worlds. So she's like then the next in line, but she was doing a Yurchenko double full then, which she hasn't been doing this year.
Okay, but still, her bar score is so high.
Uh-huh.
Every time you see her, you should just be like, basically.
Is that the sound of connection bonus?
Yes, that is. That's right.
That's what Jessica would want in your ideal gymnastics broadcast, is every time someone successfully gets a connection, you hear a cash register sound.
Yeah, exactly. Which, by the way, we're going to get into in our next preview, because we've already talked about this on the show before, but at Russian Championships, they did it again. Russia is showing the D-score count of the 8 skills that they're planning to do for their D-score credit. The 8 hardest skills can count towards your D-score total. They're showing them, and when they do it, so they're already listed, and then if they get it, they list how much it's worth, and then they have a like boop sound.
It's your dream.
This is why I'm saying Nickelodeon should be the one that's like, what's Nickelodeon doing? Nickelodeon, call me. We can make the best gymnastics broadcast ever. It would be so fun. Okay, so.
All right, so anyway, I guess I have no idea is what I'm saying. That's my summary of the medal talk. But I think Nemour is up there. I don't think you can go wrong with picking her, even though we think of her as being bars. When she hits that beam difficulty, that score is huge. It's kind of a 50-50 prospect, but when she hits it, that score is huge. I think she's right up there. I think the US are kind of being, I think there's a little doomsday thinking about the US's chances, and they actually have better chances than is generally being assumed. I think the independent Russians are gonna be right up there and have a ton of scoring potential, and that's kind of where we are, but I don't feel locked in. Yeah,
I understand that.
And we've already established that I'm taking Julia Perotti as my breakout all-around star, and you're taking Leah Monica Fontaine?
Yes.
And that's just established? Okay.
Canadian who can move from the back. Yes, as Capella has instructed us to understand. Okay. Favorite routine of all time this week segment.
Yes. Okay, so there was an online meet, Jessica, my favorite thing. The Alevian competition. Morgana Sisek of France got a 14-2 on beam, hitting her layout full twist to 2 feet. So that's the winner. Done.
Yeah. If you guys check out the Alevian app, you can also judge along on the Alevian app with friends. So we enjoy it very much. They have lots of the European meets. Okay, 30-second subdivisions. This is where Spencer is going to race to break down all the women's qualification sessions. He's going to have a 30-second time limit.
Okay.
We're going to tell you how to prioritize watching versus sleep versus how you're going to draft.
Tell people, we're going to give them the information so that they can make their own decisions. Here's the information. You can see, okay, I want to take that one. I want to leave that one. And that's when you can decide when you want to sleep.
And this is also how you decide your fantasy teams, because there will be fantasy for Worlds. It's coming up. So get ready. Get your ready. Spreadsheets ready.
So are you timing me?
So fact checker's going to time, and I'm going to heckle you.
Okay, thank you. Good. Yay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Tell me when to go.
Pretend you're a female human being doing a sport in a leotard. That's what this is going to feel like. Okay.
God. Okay.
No, it won't be that horrible.
Do I have to be off book, or can I have notes?
You can have notes. I'll allow it.
Okay. Thank you.
Ready? Timer. Go.
Okay. Subdivision 1, October 20th. Evening session. Japan is there. So they're going to set the standard for what a good beam score is, what good beam composition is, how we're giving credit for different connections. Okamura Mana is on the team. She is basically going as the beam specialist, I think, in the spot that Ashikawa is not going, but Okamura is there. We have fun floor contenders in this subdivision. So Charlize Mertz of Austria is here. Hilary Herone of Panama is here. She's the one who has the full in, half out, named after herself on floor. Will she do it? We'll see. We've got Dutch bars in this subdivision. So Sanne Veerman and Naomi Visser are here. Sanne Veerman did the sights to bardwage combination in the Olympics. So we'll see if she's going to do it. We've got Nakamura Haruka for Japan, one of my favorites. She has a deaf and a piked
Go time.
Okay. I feel like I'm okay with my performance.
Pike Delchev. You almost got it in there.
I almost got Pike Delchev out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the fastest wolf turns, that's the only thing you missed. That's what I would add. Besides, Perotti has the best form on the wolf turns, and Nakamura. Okay. Are you ready? Take a drink.
And for the next one, give me like a 5-second warning.
Okay.
I want a 5-second warning so that I can make sure I get in everything I want to say, because what if I don't get to talk about Nakamura enough? Oh, wait, we're going to do a whole part 2, and I'm going to talk about her exclusively in part 2. It'll be fine. Okay.
Ready? Go.
Okay, Subdivision 2, right after Subdivision 1, October 20th, night session. Canada's here. Mix of the legends and the newbies on the team that they announced, because you've got Ellie Black and Shalyn Olsen, who've been to a million Worlds and Olympics. And then you've got Leah Monica Fontaine and Gabby Black, who are new seniors, potential breakouts in the all-around. I want to know who does vault in qualification.
Me too.
Lee and Shalyn are two vaulters, but then you're keeping one of the other. It's going to be a thing. Okay, South Korea challenge Japan's beam standard. Japan's going to go in Subdivision 1. South Korea is going to be like, we have a bunch of 60s. Hwang So-hyun, huge medal contender on beam, won the Asian Championship. Lee and So,
you've already gone overtime.
Where was my...
Oh my God.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
That was not as good. I'll allow it. That was not as good. Okay.
Forgot to mention Yum and the underrated D-beam.
Yeah,
with the
I
front
did want
tuck,
to talk about that. Yeah,
front tuck directly to the back tumbling, and our NCAA Missouri friend from Finland.
Yes, Kaija Tanskanen is here.
Yes,
in Subdivision 2. Okay,
so you're gonna have to really, pick it up in this one.
Okay, so like, if I were an NCAA gymnast, but I go to a top school, like I get overscored at home. What's my Yurchenko 1.5 score for the first 2 subdivisions?
That.
All right, so are we saying I got did I get at least a 9.8? Like, I count my score for the team total for the first subdivision?
Well, yes, because I mean, you did it, but you took a step to the side, and you probably maybe touched your Leo to the floor, but it's SEC, so they didn't count it.
I think I did better than that.
You did, but I'm distracted by your cute glasses. So, okay, ready? Subdivision 3.
All right,
ready, set, go.
Okay, this one's easy. It finishes out the October 20th night session, and Kaylia Nemour is here. End of preview. She's the headliner of the meet. We're expecting her to make multiple finals. She's the big deal. But also, beam nerd session, because we've got Tinghua Tien and Lai Pinju of Taiwan, who might not hit, but they're going to go for things, and that's the important part. I also really like Amanda Yap of Singapore, who is a new senior. I really liked her form as a junior. Germany's also here. Karina Schoenmeier is the glow-up queen of the year and won the European vault title, gold on vault.
Yes, you did it.
Thank you, Kaylia. You can just be like, Kaylia's here, and it's like Simone. Like, Simone's here, end of story. Like, Kaylia's here, done. Yes.
But I do love, Schoenmeier, blow up queen, Euro, and the mixed pairs event, which is how it's going to be run at the Olympics, we think. Okay, Subdivision 4, are you ready?
Ooh, okay.
This one's October 21st. It's in the morning in Jakarta time, so it's a Monday night party in the USA.
Okay.
Here we go. Sub 4, you're up.
Okay, this is the U.S. women's subdivision. So this is our big question. Are they going to win a bunch of medals, or is it the program is broken and they aren't developing any new gymnasts anymore? A lot riding on qualification if you live on the Gymternet and nowhere else in real life. The British are also here. So we're going to see if Ruby Evans does the Amanar. What finals can they make? Very excited about that. This is also Jessica's favorite, the adult women's subdivision, because Marta Piancolejo is here. She's 38. Tiana Corrent is here. She's 36. George DeRose Brown, competing for New Zealand, now is 30. I have a couple other favorites who, if you get bored of the U.S., Elisa Wada of New Zealand is here. I really liked her beam at University Games. I thought she had a lot of potential. Antea Sikic-Kaukic is one of the floor routines. She's from Croatia. It's one of the floor routines we liked at World Challenge Cups this year. And so, do I have more time? Or
nope. You went way over time, but you were doing
didn't
adult subdivision of adult women, so I let you go over.
This is you guys. I know how to manipulate Jessica.
It's
I start
true.
talking about like badass adult women and their ages, and she's like, "You have all the time in the world."
I was like, no, I'm not looking
No,
at that
I'm not-
timer.
yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, Subdivision 5. This is again in the morning, early breakfast wake up call in Central Europe. Be sure to stay up for it in the US. This is the ready go.
Okay, this is the Italy-France subdivision. So we've got Asia D'Amato is actually healthy for the first time in 100 million years. Her first world since 2021. She's going to be on the team. We're very excited about that. Emma Fioravanti, as Jessica mentioned. We love her double front on floor. She does Jessica's favorite vault, the front tumbling layout position, your favorite thing ever.
Flying banana Jesus.
Julia Perotti, we expect a bunch of finals from her because she's the new star. France, Laurette Charpy and Celia Saber, they didn't make the Olympics, and now they're on the Worlds team. They're going to be like, this is our moment. They're the feel-good team of the Worlds.
Time. Revenge tour. Revenge tour. That's all you had to say about them. Sharpie Server Revenge Tour.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love them so much. And then, of course, you forgot about Iceland.
Oh, my God.
The
The country that's doing the artistry checklist the best of any country, Iceland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved her routine at Euros, and she has the Weiler Komenich named after her.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Iceland. Maybe
Yeah,
we should go to Iceland and do like tour all of the like elven government things and the is that there where they have the government department of elves? So they don't geothermal mess up things and volcanoes, and they have horses, don't call them ponies, and then we can watch all the gymnastics. How are you guys doing this? What do we need to tell the US? Okay, that'll be our interview questions. All right. Subdivision 6, afternoon of the 21st in Jakarta. Ready, go.
Okay, this is Romania's in this subdivision. Okay, so how is Sabrina Voinea going to do? Because she could make multiple finals. Has the difficulty on floor, has the difficulty on beam, but sometimes like Euros happens. Denisa Golgota is back since he's basically retired after 2019. She's back looking really good, one floor at Sabate. The other Romanians, Mihaescu, is she going to hit? I really like her on beam, but is she going to hit? Or is the depth gone now that they've had another coaching change? We're going to see. Ruby Pass, we talked about her double Ravens. Yada Vansteenkiste of Belgium.
You went way over, and you forgot to mention that Sabrina Voinea, is this her revenge floor if she comes the floor world champion, which is possible? Is it her being like, see, I should have actually won, but my coach didn't put in the correct inquiry.
Yeah.
I
got Yada Vansteenkiste in under the wire, but I do like her floor routine that she did at Euros that I think is about breaking a wine glass and then not apologizing for it. And then at the end, you ring the bell to make the servants come and clean it up. That's just in case you were curious about what her floor routine is about. I solved it, and it's that.
It's the Downton Abbey meets the Housewives.
It's the Lady Mary themed floor routine.
Yes. Which, have you seen the movie yet? I haven't, because we're too busy getting ready for Worlds.
I can't believe they're still making those. Just stop.
I love them. Okay.
I love them too, but just like, you've done enough.
Subdivision 7 is in the afternoon. And this is the go.
Okay, this is the Philippines. Finnegan and Malabuyo are on the roster for the Philippines. They'll be going. Also, Eliza Yulo, Carlos's younger sister, is on the Worlds team this year for Philippines. The host, Indonesia, is here. That'll be really exciting for them. We'll see what they do. Mexico's team is here. Also, like Canada, like a veteran Newbies team, because we've got Natalia Escalera, who's been there forever. I love her toe point. Also, Guerra is 24, going to her first Worlds. Victoria Mata's first World since 2019. So a really exciting opportunity for some of them as well.
You forgot to say how Mexico is a total up-and-coming team, but you got in under time. I'm so proud of you.
Because everyone in Subdivision 7 has withdrawn, and there are only like 4 people in it. It's way easier when everyone withdraws, and I don't know why they do the draw so early, because you don't know who's going to compete.
Mexico I'm excited for because they are a team on the rise, and they have been on the rise, and they've been bringing in a lot of talented coaches. Pagu is like on it. They're like, we can do this. They have all these camps with best coaches from around the world, and they're bringing them in, and I think it's like a real opportunity they're taking advantage of. So Mexico. Subdivision 8. This is the October 21st Jakarta time afternoon. So set alarms all over Rio for 6:30 a.m. session, because this is
The Brazilian subdivision. Thank you for the clue. Yes. So what events is Flavia going to do? We know she's going to do beam, but we've seen her training floor. I would like it to be all of them. And then she suddenly wins the all around and we didn't pick her. That would be great for me. World's debut for Julia Coutinho, who is already beloved at Brazilian Nationals. They were losing it for her, but now everyone gets to enjoy her floor. The Olympian Julia Suarez is back. Caitlin Rosecrans of South Africa is in this one. So she's never placed higher than 25th on bars at a Worlds or Olympics, which is insane because she's amazing on bars. So we got to fix that this year. The Chileans, Santi is 33, Pinto is 37. Also, Keisha Lockhart of Norway is one of our artistry checklist queens for involvement of the body parts. She's doing it the right way.
You went overtime, but I did let you because we had to talk about the Chileans. Because the Chileans are always like, are you a ballet dancer and you've been doing this for, you're 30 years old and your routines are beautiful? Yes. I love that about the Chileans. Okay. Subdivision 9 is October 21st in the PMs.
Okay.
And it is.
Should I go?
Go.
Is my time started? Okay. Okay. Subdivision 9 is the very super neutral Russians who are very neutral. They're just so neutral. They have no political opinions whatsoever, and they're definitely neutral. How will they respond to being back at an international competition is the big question. Potential to make a lot of finals, win a lot of medals. Critically, they are not in the let's just take a pass on Worlds this year because they've been passing. This is a much bigger deal. This competition is a much bigger deal for them than it is for most other countries. And so that could go both ways in terms of pressure or also Georgieva for vault and Kiselev.
Georgieva, who has been one of the best vaulters in the world. You almost managed to get it in, but you had to make all the jokes about the AINs. And yeah, Georgieva, she's so good. And we love because after she does her amazing vaults and she does power muscle poses, but she doesn't really have the bonus because she doesn't have the 2 directions. So we'll see if she has fixed that yet. Okay. Subdivision 8, October 21st.
We already did 8.
In the PMs,
just
10.
9.
We're at 10. That comes after 9.
Subdivision.
This is the last subdivision known as the beam subdivision because it is ready, set, go.
Okay, China. China's here, anchoring the meet, understood the assignment, bringing specialists, medal favorites on every event, almost, not floor, could get a lot of medals. Alba Petisco of Spain, Jessica mentioned. Euro all-around silver. Vanessa Mashova from Czechia is another one. She impressed at Euros on bars and beam, and we really like her. Greta Moyer of Hungary is my all-around sleeper. I thought she looked really good at Sambate. She's getting ready. Zoya Sekai is also there for Hungary. She was the one who got cheated out of an Olympic spot, but then ended up getting it anyway, and it was a whole big thing. She's at Worlds this year as well. That end of competition.
You did good. You went over, but only after you'd said the thing. So, Spencer, I don't even have anything to heckle you on. You got the whole Olympic controversy in under 30 seconds in that.
Done.
Well done. Well done, sir.
Got it.
Okay. So
I'm so sweaty. That was so sweaty.
You did such a good job. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. We have some Gymternet news this week that I want to talk about. The other thing that happened this week is that the Amy Smith Clemson coaching situation has had kind of an update in that the State, which is a paper in South Carolina, did 2 news stories.
Yeah, so they talked to parents of the Clemson gymnasts who were coached by Amy Smith. Mostly it's about Amy Smith denying the claims and basically expressing the possibility of pursuing a gender discrimination case against Clemson. The argument being, I think it's, if nothing else, smart on her part because the things she's saying are 100% accurate. Female coaches are held to a double standard and male coaches can say things that female coaches can't. And all of that's totally true. Where I feel like I didn't get any new information or the information I was looking for from this article, I think it's very thin on details about what the gymnasts actually experienced. And it feels like I read this and I say, okay, there's clearly something here, but you're not telling me what it is. And so I, in some ways, feel like the gymnasts are being done a disservice here because I don't know what their complaints are in any kind of detail. So I would like to know more about what happened. We may never know, but I would like to know more because I feel like with Amy Smith, this has happened. It was surprising to me that she got the Clemson job in the first place because this has happened before. So what is going on here? But I don't feel like we actually learned that much new information about what the gymnasts say happened.
Yeah. And that was weird because Clemson for sure knew about the prior complaints, even though in this article they claim that they didn't know about prior complaints. The AD contacted all the parents about her firing, and not like, that's super weird to me. I'm like, these are adults. You shouldn't be in contact with parents. I think like the article really let all the parties down because they had this 900-page investigation from Clemson that they got. And we got basically no details except there were medical treatments that were consented to by the gymnast. And they only interviewed the parents. And I'm like, if you guys have 900 pages, you should have been able to tell us what the real detailed complaints are in here that were in the investigation. So what are the third-party things that were found out? And I know that there are some cases where, yeah, male coaches have been fired for abuse situations, but there's so many more with women. So I think it would be interesting. That part is really interesting if it actually goes to trial or if they pay a settlement. They did mention that some things were redacted. And you should be redacting medical things, but yeah, there's like some things up, and we got the state failed here. The paper did not do a good job, is my biggest complaint about this, and they did a disservice to the gymnasts, I think. Okay. Our next episode will be next week, where we will preview event finals, because we will be flying during, and there's no behind the scenes this week because we will be flying during our normal behind the scenes time. We leave on a Wednesday, we get there on a Friday because of long trips and international time lines. What is that thing called? The international time Dateline. There you go. So I'm very excited about that. It's going to be really fun. So we will see you guys next week for the event final, the most important of all previews ever of all time. And don't forget to sign up for Club Gym Nerd, because our first show from Worlds is October 17th, the first day of women's podium training. We'll be giving you updates along the way. So until then, thank you so much for listening. And remember to take off a gay, split on rights, and we'll see you next week for our event finals preview. Thanks for listening.